be shy. There is no perfect answer. It is based on your understanding of the CV, your understanding of the resume. So feel free to share what a CV is or what a resume is. Let's do that in 20 seconds. What's your understanding of a CV? Who's going first? The chat box is open. Understanding of a CV. Send me a chat. Send me a chat. Tell me what you think. Okay, I've gotten one, and this is from Monica. Now, Monica says the CV mainly focuses on your graduate program and work experience. Those are definitely contents of the CV. So yes, yes, I'm with you on that. That's correct. Thank you, Monica. Thank you very much. All the way from Nepal. All the way from Nepal. Thank you. One more answer. One more answer for the CV. What is your understanding of the CV so we can move ahead? Hmm. Okay. TI says the CV represents a full history of your academic credential. True. Also, the resume represents a concise picture of your skills and qualifications for a specific position. Olupeju says CV is a way of selling yourself to an organization without being there. Now, these are all true. Like I said, there is no perfect definition of a CV. It is based on your understanding and the use that you derive a definition. So all answers received, thank you very much. They are all correct. So it shows that we actually have very good ideas of resumes and CVs already. So we are just here to, improve our knowledge or get answers to some questions, some difficulties or hurdles we are facing, either in revamping or just having a good CV. Now let's talk about the CV. Let me remind you, the definition here is not the ultimate, but it is on point. A CV, take note of the red, take note of the keywords colored in red. These are very important. That's why I colored them. A CV is a lengthy, detailed record. A CV is a lengthy, detailed record. What that means is a CV is not constrained to a number of pages. A CV is not constrained to a number of pages. It's a lengthy, detailed record of an individual's educational, professional background, qualification, work experience, achievement. A CV is a documentation of your life's work. A CV is a documentation of an individual's life's work. Everything you've done in your life, whether it's paid for, a job that is paid for, if it's unpaid for, is volunteering, if it was internship experience, if it was what business experience, whatever experience it is, will be contained in your CV. That's what a CV is. And now, the purpose of a CV is to give an overview of an individual's credential that proves, your capability to, to perform in a particular role. Now, what do you use CVs? We usually mix this up, using CVs instead of resumes or using resumes instead of CVs. CVs are used to apply for fellowships when you want to join a body. Now, to join a body, they need to know what you are made of. They need to know where you're coming from. They need to know what you built with your career. So yes, of course, they need to know everything about it. And in that case, what do you need? You need a CV. If it's an international job you're applying for, yes, you need a CV. You do not need a resume because it's a multinational role. They need to know everything you are made of, everything you have done, everything you are capable of. A research grant, academic positions, these are roles that you are required to apply for with CVs. Now, the resume, most commonly used marketing tool in the job search. Believe me or not, it's the most commonly used tool. Now, what is the resume? Don't forget, take note of the red keywords, the red keywords. It is a concise document. Like they say, a resume should be maximum 2 pages. That is very true. We're going to find the reasons of why a resume should be a maximum of 2 pages. Concise documents containing your education, work experience, and skills. Typically limited to 2 pages, serves as a marketing tool. Now, a resume is that document that you submit when you are applying for a particular job. Applying for a particular job, then you apply with a resume, which means you tailor your resume to the job description of the job you're applying for. So your resume resembles the job description in the application. That is the big difference. So now the CV is your life's work. Your resume is a part of your experience that you are using to apply for a particular job. Now I have a question for the house. I'm going to give I'm going to give 2 instances and then anyone can share the answer in the chat box. Let's look at a doctor looking to change his position. So where he is at the moment, he needs to move to a consultant role in a different hospital. What document do you believe this doctor would apply for that position with? Answer in the chat. What document do you believe a doctor would apply for a change of job with? Don't forget the profession, a doctor. What document do you believe a doctor would use to apply for a change? One message. I'm seeing answers. I'm seeing answers. Seeing answers. I'm seeing answers. I'm seeing answers. Yes. Yeah. You guys are already on point. You guys are on point now. Yes, a doctor will use a resume because he will pick out the individual will pick out their experience in whatever medical field they are specialized in and pick that out to apply for the particular role. So that is very correct. The doctor will use a resume. Now think of an individual going for a role in a fellowship or let's say an institute where this person would serve as an academic. What do you believe this person would apply with? The person would apply with what? The CV, because the CV contains their life's work. See, thank you very much, DK. Thank you very much. That was really quick, impressive. The academic will apply with what? Their CV. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for being engaging. I really enjoyed this. I'm really enjoying this session. Let's remain like this. Please keep responding through the chat. And then don't forget, at the end of the session, we'll have a 15-minute question and answer. So a 15-minute question and answer session. So keep writing down your questions. When we get there, please share them. But keep taking notes, keep taking your questions. At any point, feel free to take screenshot. If you would like to get the slide, I don't mind, but take screenshot if you want to. Take note, write down your questions, please. Now let's talk about structuring CVs and resumes. Now the structures of CVs and resumes are alike. Structures of CVs and resumes are alike. In fact, they are almost the same because you are showcasing the same thing. The only difference in the resume is that the information is reduced because it's quite specific in expertise. First of all, what you should do is capture your name, your address. Now, your address is not compulsory, it's up to you. If you want to leave your full address, it's fine. If you're not comfortable with it, you can just put your location. Okay? Your full name, your address, either full or location, your contact details, most importantly, your contact details. And what do I mean by your contact details? I mean your email, functional email, your mobile number, and your LinkedIn profile link. So how do you get your LinkedIn profile link? You click your profile button And the top right corner, you would see a link there. It's written profile link. Profile link. You copy that link and then you paste at the top of your CV. Most of the time, in fact, all the time, CVs are looked are perused in soft copy. So the link will be accessible. The next is you introduce yourself with a summary. Now, for the CV, you will use a summary because you are going to summarize your life's expertise and value proposition. For the resume, it's going to be an objective because you are showing, you are explaining that you have this value and you are going to use it in this manner because of the experience you have. Summary, and objective. For the CV, use a summary. For the resume, use the objective. Now, you highlight after the contact details, introduce yourself, then you highlight your experience. For the CV, it's the whole of your life's work, from the most recent to the list. And for the resume, you're starting with what? Your experience that is related to the role you are applying for. CV, your life's work. The resume, the experience you have that is related to the role you are applying for. Next, you list your training, education, or courses that you have taken. You know, that is the while working. So for when you list the training, you list the institute and then the date. Listen carefully. You list the training, you list the institute and the date. Education, the school or university or institute, what you studied and the period. Okay? What you studied, the school, university, whatever institute, and the period. Now, keep this in mind. If there is a lag in the period that you spent in whatever institute, you have a high chance of not being called up for that interview. So if there is a lag, you have to include that in the CV. In fact, immediately after listing your university or whatever education you had that lag, that period lag in, you have to list it after, immediately after. Don't forget that if there is a lag in any part of your education, you have to list it in your CV before you are asked about it. Make sure you put it there so they are aware and they do call you, qualify you for that interview. If not, your CV most of the times will be pushed aside. And lastly is references. Both CV and resume use references. Now, most of the times you see in CV the reference or resumes, references will be available on request. I mean, it's up to you. If you're comfortable with anyone seeing your referees, contact information of your referees on your CV or resume, it's fine. You can leave it there. But if you want to be that private, which is done most of the time, you can say references are available on request. Anyone is fine. Anyone is fine. It depends on what you are comfortable with. Don't forget structuring, contact information, your name, email addresses, the likes. Introduce yourself. If you're on a CV, you're going to use a summary to summarize your life's work. If you're on a resume, you're going to speak about the value you have because of your experience. Okay? You speak about the value you are going to give because of your experience. That is your objective when using a resume. Highlight experiences. Now, your experience starts from what? Most recent to the list. Do not forget that. Most recent to the list. Because I, as a talent sourcing personnel, I will be looking for the most recent. I'm not going to start from behind. I want to know what you're doing at the moment. Even if you're not working, if you moved into a business, what was the last paid job you had? I want to see that as as the most recent experience. In a CV, I want to see that as the most recent experience. In a resume, I want to see that as the most recent experience. In your CV, I would like to see your business experience as the most recent experience. Don't forget, take your questions down. I'm expecting a lot of questions in the 15 minutes that we have. Stop questions. Now I'm going to share tips. Now, these tips include ideas of how to craft perfect CVs or resumes, do's and don'ts. Please listen very, very carefully to this. Ideas, I'm going to share ideas with you and do's and don'ts. When crafting a CV, use action verbs. Action verbs. What do I mean by action verbs? I created, I created a talent sourcing process. Okay, when you're talking about your experience, you're not going to say, I worked with a talent sourcing process. I created a talent sourcing process. That already tells me that you have value to add. It tells me you have value to add. I created a talent sourcing process. I led a team of accountants, not worked in the accountant department with no. I led a team of accountants. I created a process. The next thing I want you to understand is your achievements. You quantify your achievements. What does quantifying your achievement mean? It means listing your achievements chronologically. You can actually use Roman figures, you can use alphabets, or you can use numbers. So please list your achievements. Don't write them into one paragraph or four sentences. Don't do that. List them. It provides concrete evidence. List your achievements. Next, you use consistent formatting. Now, just like formatting in Microsoft Word, what am I talking about? First, I'm talking about your font. Use a professional font. What is a professional font? A font that is easily understood, easily seen, a font that is clear enough. If you like to use Granada, Perpetua, New Times Roman, Tahuma, there are lots of them. But that which is requested or used in documents, most often I would advise that you choose that option to use in your CV. After the font, then you go to the font size. I will advise 11 to 12. That's a standard, 11 to 12. Then we move to the margin. The margins on the side, I would advise that you leave the default Microsoft Word margins there. Do not touch your margins. Do not touch them. Do not fiddle with the margins. Leave the default Microsoft Word margins there. Now, your bulletin has to be uniform. There are different types of bullets. We have the dots, we have the ticks, whatever figures, designs you see there. Stick to one. Please stick to one so your CV doesn't look like a joke. If you're going to use ticks for every bullet point. If you're going to use dots, use dots for every bullet point. Use a clean and professional layout that is, yes, your CV. When I mean clean, it takes a lot of information from your formatting. If your formatting is perfect, yes, it's possible. Your formatting can be perfect. If your formatting is perfect, your CV will be clean and professional. Another thing that helps in this is the line spacing. I should have mentioned that in formatting. Yes. Another thing is your line spacing. So I would advise for bullet points, use a 1.5 line spacing. For bullet points, use a 1.5 line spacing. Now, to separate sections, just like as I described in the structures, you have your name, experience, education, references. To separate sections, use figure two line spacing. Bullet points 1.5, sections 2. Now, keywords. Now, first of all, what is a keyword? That question is for you guys. I'd like to see your answers in the chat. When you talk about CV writing or resumes, or just generally, what is your understanding of a keyword? I'd like to see 5 responses and then we go on. What is your understanding of a keyword? 5 questions in the chat, 5 answers, and then we continue. Say words. Your understanding of keywords. Five answers and then we'll continue. Understanding of keywords. Uh, Someone says a keyword is the main point needed. The keyword is the major point in whatever you are writing. Something that focuses on your skills. Okay, that's three. Two more, please. Two more, and then we keep going. Two more. Keywords catch keywords catch the reader's attention, not using such as various kinds, but sorry. Keywords catch a keyword catches the reader's attention, not using such as various kinds, but of keywords. Uh, okay. Keywords are the words related to the position you are applying for. Interesting. That's spot on. It simply means a word or concept of great significance. Strong. Word or concept of great significance. Mm, You guys are wonderful. You guys are wonderful. Shout out to everyone again. Shout out to everyone again. Yes, now a keyword in writing your CVs or resume are words that are related to the position you are applying for. Words that are related to what you are applying for. Okay? Let's take a basic example. If you are applying for an accountant position, what I want to see in your CV are things like SAP, finance, budgeting, forecasting. Exactly, that's what I mean. Those are keywords. Now, recruiters, talent sourcing personnel look out for keywords in resume. This tells us that you actually have the experience and that you understand what you did. In fact, looking through your experience, if I see you make sentences and you use keywords, I'm already attracted to seeing you virtually or one-on-one because I know that, okay, you write your sentences and then you have keywords, at different parts of them. And I know that, yes, this person has experience in that role. So it is very important. When you're revamping a CV, when you're rewriting a CV or a resume, you must include keywords. And it's very easy to find keywords. Just browse keywords related to this role, browse. And by the time you see these keywords and you understand them, you will find out that you have actually used, in fact, you have actually practiced these keywords. So next we are on to proofreading. Please, you can never over proofread your resume or CV. You can never over proofread your documents. Don't get tired of proofreading. Read it as many more times as possible. Because what this helps you to do is identify spelling or grammatical errors. Nobody is perfect. After writing your CV, if you would like to use an AI software, okay, or Google to correct your grammar, please do it. Before you go for an interview, do it again. In fact, call another person. Two eyes are better, four eyes are better than two. Two eyes are better than one. Call another person to read it. Understand the text. Let the text make sense. Okay, don't use an AI software and then I read and I can tell that okay, this is ChatGPT, this is Google. No, read it, parawrite it, proofread, parawrite it in your own words. Never get tired of proofreading. The proofreading leads to a perfect CV or resume over time. Please do not get tired of proofreading. You should be capable of substantiating the information provided in your CV. This simply means you must be able to defend whatever information is in your CV. Just think about it. Put yourself in a hiring manager's shoes or talent sourcing personnel shoes. You're talking to a candidate and then you ask a question from 4 years ago, and the person says, that's not in my CV, or that's not me. I've never done that. And then you show them the CV or you ask them to, look at the CV with their phone and they say, oh, I remember I saw it a while ago. Now that is zero. I mean that you'll be shown the door. You must be able to defend everything in your CV. That is why you must do what? You must proofread your CV. Finally, finally, this is where people get it wrong. You have a good CV, you have a perfect resume, but you did not take note of the instruction in the job ad. So you'll be asked to submit in either PDF or Microsoft Word format, which is the DOCX. Most of the time it's PDF because of applicant tracking systems, ATS, and sometimes it's Microsoft Word. But go back to the application instructions and follow what you are asked to do. If you submit, if you upload a Microsoft Word document to the ATS, it won't go anywhere. If you submit a Microsoft Word document to a recruiter when they ask for a PDF, they have their reasons for asking for PDF. It won't go anywhere. So please take note. All the hard work in rewriting, getting the perfect CV, the perfect content, the best CV ever, and you miss the format, then your CV is not going anywhere. Everything, everything was a waste of time. So please carefully review the application instructions. If you are asked to put in your location, please write your full address. If it is asked of you, if you're asked to capture your full referees, please capture them. Okay? This what I'm sharing with you now are standards and some insights writing CV. But the ultimate is listening to what the recruiter is requesting. Follow the recruiter's instructions. What they ask of you is what you provide. Don't forget that. You can know how to create an attractive CV, attractive resume, but if you do not follow instructions, you lose out. I believe none of us will lose out. Now, revising or adapting content. Now, this speaks to creating a resume. This slide is just about creating a resume. So, your resume is, in other words, the documentation of an experience that you have in your CV. You are applying for a particular job role, even with the whole experience that you got. You have HR experience, you have procurement experience, you have admin experience, and then you see a procurement manager role. What do? You create a resume from the CV you have that contains all of these experiences. So you take out your procurement experience and you detail it. You detail that experience, you add keywords into it. First of all, before you can even do this, you need to understand the job description because the job description is the foundation of a resume. The resume has to be relative to the job description. Understand the job description. What do they want? What skills are being requested for? What experiences, what qualifications are required for the role? And then you tailor your CV to have all these things. Let me remind you, if you don't have what is requested of, I wouldn't advise that you apply because such CVs will be bounced or will be cut off at some point. So in the situation that you have what is required, please go forward and apply. In creating your resume, understand the JD. If you feel you don't understand it, call someone else to read it. Don't be ashamed. You need a new job, right? Then you get someone else to read it with you or for you. Understand the JD or speak to another person in that position if you can. That's why we have LinkedIn. You want to apply for an admin manager role, send a chat to an admin manager. Ask them what the job is like. Let them explain the job descriptions. Let them decipher the job descriptions. It's not a crime. You need something, right? Then you go and get it. Now you tailor your language to the job description. Your keywords, your responsibilities, like I said, your action verbs should speak to the job description. If I'm asking for someone who has worked with SAP, you're going to tell me you worked on a project using SAP, a project that led to this, and that using SAP. I requested for somebody who knows how to use app, who knows how to use SAP. Now you are telling me what you have used SAP to achieve. That is 100. So that is what you do with the resume. And like I've always said, keywords, 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 never go wrong. Don't forget, take your questions, write your questions down. We are getting to the question and answer section. Now, conclusion. Now here I'm going to a little throwback about the three things that I want us to take away today. I need us to take away these three things from this session. The first one is the primary distinction between a CV and the resume lies in their intended purpose. What are you applying for? Like I said, the CV for positions, for academic positions, for research grants, resume for a particular job role, regardless of other experiences that you have. Do not forget that. Do not apply with a CV when you are asked for a resume. You waste the recruiter's time. You irritate the recruiter because they're like, why is it so long? Doesn't this person know they should use a resume? Why is it so long? And then the worst thing that can happen is if the first experiences are not related to what you're applying for, then that's a no-no. You've lost out already. And do not use a resume when you are supposed to use a CV. I'm expecting to see a CV and I see a two-pager document. I'm like, why? Help with getting it. Keywords must be used in writing CV. You can see how I'm stressing keywords. You must use keywords. You just have to use keywords. Read about keywords, understand them. And the good thing is that they are online. Just browse keywords related to this role. When you see these keywords, believe me, if you have the experience, you will understand them. You know that, oh, yes, I have done it, but I just didn't know these are the words used, to convey that meaning. And finally, you should be capable of, defending what is in your CV. You go with the best CV in the world, and it's like you borrowed it. Or you go with the best CV in the world, and it's like somebody wrote it for you. That's really a waste of time. So after taking off the first two lines, you must be able to defend your CV in whatever interview you find yourself in. First of all, it's not easy to get to an interview. No, first of all, it's not easy to rewrite a CV or resume. Let's start from there. It's not easy to rewrite that. Or let's go back to the job description. It's not easy to understand the job description. And then from the job description, you need to create your resume or update your CV. And at the end of this, you're scheduled for a virtual or a physical session, and you cannot defend that CV or resume that you have spent so much time creating. I believe that's the worst thing that can happen, but that will not happen to any of us because of this session. That will not happen to any of us because of this session. I would like to give everybody a round of applause to get to this part of the session. If you are still with us, just say anything in the chat box. Or should I say, leave a keyword in the chat box. Let me see if you're still here. Leave a keyword in the chat box. Let's go. In the next 30 seconds, drop your keywords in the chat box. Impress us, impress yourself, impress me. Let's see what keywords we have. Keywords in the chat box, keywords in the chat box. Awesome session. Money. Okay, yes, that's a keyword. Thank you for this great class. You're welcome. Keywords in the session. Let's take three more keywords and then we move to the question and answer. Three more keywords, question and answer. Let's do this. Three more keywords, question and answer. Thank you for the session. Olupeju, impactful. Thank you very much, Deb. Yeah, two more keywords and we're off. Two more keywords and we're out. Two more keywords. Managing. Yeah, managing. Thank you, Jumoke. Managing. Proficiency. Thank you very much. Performance management. Thank you very much. One more, one more, one more, one more, one more, one more, one more. Economics. Thank you very much. So yes, like I said at the beginning of the session, when you guys gave me your definitions of the CV and the resume. You guys already understand this topic. You just have some questions to be answered. I hope you have your questions taken down because it's time for us to answer questions. So please, um, questions in the chat box. We have 15 minutes per question. So we can only take as much as we can cover in 15 minutes. But the good part is we have a LinkedIn page, we have social media pages. So not you can't don't just stop here if your question is not taken. Send us a question on social media. Send us a question on LinkedIn. Send me a question. My name is there. Send me a question on LinkedIn concerning your CV writing or preparing for an interview. I can help you. Okay. And there's something else we are doing. Resource Intermediaries is doing right now. So Resource Intermediaries, HR consulting and outsourcing has a CV writing service. And we are currently going to do discounts because of this session. First of all, we're going to do free consulting, and then we're going to do discounts. So that's the two-in-one package. We're going to do consulting and discount. So that's a two-in-one package. So this is how it works. If you can contact us between 8 a.m. tomorrow to 12 noon concerning CV writing or revamping or resume writing, you get free consulting, free consultation, and a discount on rewriting your resume. So these are our social media handles. You reach us through any of these, whatever services you need, and we will get back to you. Don't forget, 8 a.m. to 12 noon. 8 a.m. to 12 noon. Send us messages about CV writing. You get free consultation and a discount on the cost. Take down our social media handles. I would advise that you take a screenshot here if you don't have quick fingers. Just take a screenshot of this page. Very, 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 very quickly. Yep, so we are at the last huddle. So now I will take questions. I will take questions. Now I'm seeing a question. How many pages are you meant to have on your CV? Like I said, your CV is not limited. It does not have a limited number of pages. You know why? It's because your CV is your life's work. So if your life's work is 7 pages, then your life's work is 7 pages. Your CV is 7 pages. Nobody's going to be fighting for that because they understand it's your CV. It's what you have done. It's what you can defend. It's your sweat. It's your life work. So your CV is not limited to a number of pages. That doesn't mean you should go and make it 20 pages. I have seen a 9-page CV and it was packed. It was like the spacing was so little. And I'm looking at this man. He was, of course, director level. What can I say? It's his, what can I say? It's his CV. It's his CV. He had that experience and went to 9 pages. Interesting. 20 pages. Okay, questions, questions, questions. Let's see this now. How can we have an ACT format CV? ACT, or do you mean ATS? So most of the time, the ATS takes PDF format. And if you want your CV to be properly parsed through an ATS, you need to include keywords of the job roles. As simple as that. How many pages on the CV? Like I said, it's limitless. It's your life's work. How to write a cover letter. Like I said, how to write a cover letter is going to be in the CV writing service. Not here today. Like you said, I didn't cover it. But if you really want that, then send us a message on social media and you will get that. The writing of the cover letter. Yes, Olupeju ATS. What's your question about the ATS? The ATS means applicant tracking system. What's your question about the ATS? I can't, did you write anything else? Olupeju, are you there? What's your question about? Okay, can we have an ATS format? Yes. So the best way to create an ATS format. So you mean a format, a CV that is accepted by most applicant tracking systems. Like I said, it should. So before you upload, now most ATS platforms, you enter your personal information, you create a profile, and then you get to the point where it says upload. Now below there, you will see the format written. It is always done. Below the upload icon, you will see the format. You see either it's PDF or it's Word. It will be there. Some places even ask for JPG, but that's rare. So you will see below the upload icon, PDF or Word. First thing you do is convert whatever CV you have to that format. If they're asking for Word, you save your CV in Microsoft Word format. If they're asking for PDF, you save your Microsoft documents as PDF. Okay. Now, how do you get the ATS to accept it? You must, I'm going to stress it again, you must use keywords because the ATS relates the job description to your application. I hope I answered the question on the page. Is it professional to include a passport photograph to your CV? In most cases, no. But I will tell you that there are exceptions. For example, now the exception is the kind of job. Now, if it's a job in the entertainment industry, yes, you should put your picture, not just the passport, and your picture will do a very great job there. Now, if you like personally, personally like to include your picture, then please make it professional, not as big as a mugshot and very clear. And it shouldn't take so much space at the top. But is it professional to include a picture? No. If you want to, that's fine. Would the ATS accept the CV? No. So to be on the safe side, please do not include the picture, except you are asked to. If you are asked to, please go ahead, put your picture and everything, except you're in the entertainment industry. It's a very good idea for your picture to be there. You sell yourself like that. Let them see who is coming in. Perfect. So my question is I submitted a CV to one of my uncles. His response in my CV too light. Okay, he says it, no employer would like to look at your CV. So that means you need to revamp your CV. That's all he is saying. Is So the CV you sent to your uncle is not a terrible CV. All he said is that your CV needs to be revamped, and that's why we are here. That's why I'm here today. I'm talking to you about all of this, and that's why I let you know about the free consultation and CV writing, this kind of CV writing services for tomorrow, 8 a.m. to 12 noon. What you need, my friend, Otoroko. Apologies, Otoroko, what you need is to revamp your CV. No matter your years of experience, if you're a fresh graduate, whatever your years of
You're
experience.
correct. You're correct with the spelling. You're correct with the pronunciation of the name.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Impressive. Thank you very much. What you need is to revamp your CV. So don't forget to send us a message. What you need is to revamp your CV. He's not trying to be insulted. I guess he's just passing on the message. But obviously, he wasn't constructive in that feedback. So what he's trying to say is revamp your CV. That's all. And since you weren't able to do it yourself, it's obvious you need help from us. So please send us a message to revamp your CV. Wasilat, could you please ask your question again? Could you please ask your question again? Wasilat, I believe that will be the last question. We have 1 more minute. I would like to say thank you to everyone who started the session and is ending with us. Thank you very much. At the beginning, I did a shout out. I hope everybody's still here. Monica from Nepal, thank you very much for joining in. Bariga, I see you. Leki, Ikoyi, thank you all for joining in. Is it professional to also include age, religion? It is not professional to include age or religion. It is not professional. Those questions are asked during interviews. It's not professional. Now, before you leave here, I'd like you to do something very easy. Take out your phone or your laptop, whatever device you're using, and follow Resource Intermediaries on LinkedIn. Resource Intermediaries Limited. That is the easiest way for you to communicate with us on anything, on any question or any service you might need. Resource Intermediaries Limited. Follow us on LinkedIn, Instagram, whatever. I'll go back to the page again so that you can see. Follow us on social media. Take a screenshot. Do not forget to take a screenshot. We are out in the next 30 seconds. Thank you much for your time. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the questions. Thank you for paying attention. I will be seeing you guys soon. Yes, we'll be having another webinar very soon. So I'll be seeing you guys, and I'm sure you cannot wait to know what that topic will be on. But yes, we'll have another webinar. I'll be seeing you guys soon. Thank you very much for your time. And now it's time for us to take the picture. So would you please enable your video so we take one picture and then we sign out. If you can though, if you want, if you don't mind to take the picture, enable your video. Let's do that in let's enable our picture so we can take, and so let's enable our video so we can take a picture. Toruko, I see you. Dharmola, I see you. Lukweju, I see you. Damilola, I see you. Jumoke, I see you. Ifoma, I see you. Adibayo, I see you. Shem, I see you. DK, Precious, Ibrahim, shout out to all of you. Victor, thank you for being here. We're going to take a picture. Carol, Carol, would you be helping with that?
Okay, let me do this.
Thank you very much. So please smile. If you have your video on, please smile. Shehu, I see you. Soji, I see you. Aaron, I see you. Enable your videos. Cole, I see you. Enable your videos. Let's take a picture. Smile. This picture is going out there. Believe me, this was a wonderful session. This picture is going out there. So please smile. So well, let's know when you're ready.
Some people's photo. Okay, yeah, it's coming up.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you all for joining in. God bless you all. Take care of yourself. Drive home safe. Ask your questions. We're available for social media. Take care of yourself. Don't forget to follow us and stay blessed. And last and importantly, smell nice. Spray perfumes.